I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. A real life nephew of my Uncle Sam's, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. All right, he's a Yankee Doodle boy. I want to go through these lyrics again. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam's, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. All right, he's a Yankee Doodle boy. That is a song from all the way back in. Hey, Hildy, do you want to come up and say hi? Hildy, come on. Hi. Cornelius, do you want to come up? Okay, well, they're not coming up. Um, that's a song from 1904. That's 120 years old, that song. Um, the song is called The Yankee Doodle Boy from 1904. It's a patriotic song from the Broadway musical Little Johnny Jones, written by George M. Cohan. George M. Cohan. The play opened at the Liberty Theater on November 7th, 1904. The play concerns the trials and tribulations of a fictional American jockey, Johnny Jones, based on the real-life jockey Todd Sloan, who rides a horse named Yankee Doodle in the English Derby. Cohen incorporates snippets of several popular traditional American songs into his lyrics of this song, as he often did with his songs. Oh, interesting. So there's snippets and bits of other popular traditional American songs laced in there. The song was performed by James Cagney in the 1942 film Yankee Doodle Dandy, in which he played Cohen. Okay, so he played the songwriter in the 1942 movie, but that was 4 decades after the song came out and first appeared. Would you grab Hildy, please? Would you take? Hey, thanks. Maybe just take Hildy. Thanks. We have a different schedule here this evening because of the debate, and there we go. We've just gotten the dogs separated. Hey, Stephanie Gould. Hey, Richard. The brim is trimmed. This is a look. It says B on it. B for if you want to think it's Boston. Okay, it could be B for Brooklyn. It could be B for anything. I don't normally wear hats on the show, but I do normally find bits of couture that then become my beloved bits of couture. And this is one of those. I found it on the beach. I found it on the beach a few weeks ago. No one claimed it, and then I washed it, and left it out in the sun, and washed it again, and it's become a hat. I sort of thought I was over wearing the baseball hat, but this one is I'm enjoying. I like this song. I don't know. This is a song I've never sung before, but it's one of those songs everybody knows. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam's, born on the 4th of July. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the ponies. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. Okay, well, that's Yankee Doodle. Doodly doo. So the light is still out since we're doing the show an hour early because of the debate. I like to call it a debate. A few years ago, people started calling it the debates. Are you going to watch the debates tonight? I'm sorry, it's not debates tonight. It's one debate tonight. In July, there will be another debate, and if you add those two debates together, that's debates, that's plural. But tonight is a singular debate. Are you going to watch the debate tonight? Not, are you going to watch the debates tonight? You might say, oh, but when people go to like Madison Square Garden to watch the boxing, they say, oh, you're going to watch the fights tonight? Well, yeah, that's because there's a few fights in one night. It's a single debate. Thank you, Stephanie. I agree. By the way, Stephanie, I wanted to let you know, my friend Afreem, we played Gangster Brothers on that show Unforgettable. He also just got his MFA in screenwriting. He got it from that David Lynch, I think Maharishi. It's called Maharishi University. So he just got that also. So my two actor friends who are now MFAs with MFAs in screenwriting suddenly, which is very exciting, very impressive. Yeah. So why did I pick that song Yankee Doodle for tonight? Hey, Mom. This is the No Show. The No Show, which always happens at 9 p.m. Tonight, it's at 8 p.m. because of the debate. Welcome to the No Show. I'm Ethan Hirschenfeld. I'll be your host. You can think of me as the maitre d' of this restaurant. You could think of me as the cruise director. Imagine we're on a kind of Mediterranean cruise for a half hour. We're heading to Croatia. You're enjoying an evening cocktail. You're out on the deck. You're watching the porpoises. Do they have porpoises in the Mediterranean? I think they have their own kind of species. So why did I want to sing this Yankee Doodle? I don't know. I feel like it's a celebration of America, and with all the craziness we have going on, and the craziness that's going to be happening tonight, in the form of one of the two candidates being a certified lunatic. It's a moment to maybe appreciate, celebrate. At least for now, we still have this working democracy, working in its way. La 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 la. July is very near. Yes, July is near. July is a mere couple of days away. Okay. Gordon, can you come up and say hi to the people? Come on, jump up. Come on, up, come up. Come on, say hi. Say hello. Say hello to our lovely audience. There he is. There's his cute little face. Gordon. All right, he's not going to join. I'm wearing this nice T-shirt again tonight that Kirsten made. You can check it out. It's Kunsty.com. Or no, Kunsty is the name of the store on Etsy. So that's happening. The Mater D. Okay, I wanted to talk tonight about the history of the debate. Like, what is a debate? Where does a debate come from? Debates originated in ancient Greece, 500 BC. 500 BC. That's like 2,500 years ago. There, Socrates used debate in his philosophy classes at the Academy in Athens. So it's safe to say there's a strong precedent for the merits of debate. The Roman orators Cicero and Quintilian were the masters of debate. All right, those were the early practitioners, Cicero and Quintilian. Quintilian, he was a great debater. Quintilian is also a huge amount of money. You've heard of a million, a billion, and a trillion. Then there's a quadrillion, and then there's a quintillion. No, it's spelled differently. That's not what quintillion is. All right, what else did I want to tell you about the history of debate? Okay, so debate. Where does the word come from? It comes from battere, to like the word combat. So you have the BAT is like to fight. You have combat, debat, like debate, combat, debate. Those have the same origin. Rebate, like if you go into a store with a coupon, you have to fight. You have to fight with the manager over the expiration date on the coupon. No, that's not related. That has nothing to do with it. Okay. Where did debates take place? The first place they took place place. Yes, Neuro. Debate means to de-fight. That's right. To wage peace. No, also the word bat, like a baseball bat. Like bat, boom, boom. Like if the debate really goes badly, whack, whack. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. If you don't have anything nice to say, hit him with a bat. No, don't do that. Wait, let me see. I just got an email from my manager. I wonder if this is a job offer. No, it's an audition. Oh well. Well, that's not bad. That's good. But I just suddenly, that would have been fun if on live on a show. Ah, da, 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 da. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this audition for? Oh, it's in French. That's so funny. I have an audition here for a scene in French. It looks like it's a card. It's like it's a poker scene. I wonder what show that is. That's funny. I'm gonna ask them. Normally I wouldn't be emailing during the show, but this just came in and I have to ask. Thank you. What show is this for? By the way, some people say you shouldn't end a sentence with a preposition. Like, what show is this for? You should say, for what show is this? But I was told that, in fact, that's an antiquated grammar rule that comes from German. And in fact, it doesn't really apply in English. So I'm a little loose with that one. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. Invalid argument number one is ad baculum, to force. Oh, you're talking about, I don't know if you're making that up, but that's a good malarkey if you made it up. Invalid argument number one is ad baculum, appealing to force, literally appealing to the stick. Yeah, that is what you do when you can't talk, when you can't express yourself, when you can't debate. You hit people. Okay, I want to do another song before I dig into a little bit more the history and tradition of debate. Oh, let's do this song, a song of peace, because this is an evening of I wouldn't say combat, but it's an evening of conflict. But there's a sort of some of the hues of sunset you might see behind you. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got joy. This is the antidote to a debate, this song. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. Oh, yeah. All right, peace like a river. All right, that's my wish. I got peas in the garden. That's good. Sanguine sophrosine. I dated joy. I got a piece of blueberry pie. Okay, everybody's got I have peace like a river, and you got peas in the garden. Oh, let me go back to my exegesis on the history and tradition of debate. All right, so Pnyx, the Pnyx, Pnyx, um, was the place where debating first happened in Athens. The place where all the debates happened was called the Pnyx, Pnyx, and the subject of the first debate, and in fact the entire first season of the debates, all 12 episodes, was how do you pronounce Pnyx? Is the P silent? Is it just Nix? Is the P voiced? Is it like a Phoenix? Is the X pronounced like a sh? Is it Fnish? Is it Nish? Is it Panix? No one knew, and to this day, we don't know how to pronounce Panix. Heritage and youth. Okay, Demosthenes, a contemporary of Plato and Aristotle, was the son of a wealthy sword maker. His father died when he was 7, leaving a large inheritance, but the boy's unscrupulous guardians took advantage of their position. And when he came of age, Demosthenes received very little of his estate. His strong desire to sue his guardian, Aphobus, or Aphobus, coupled with a delicate physique that prevented him from receiving the customary Greek gymnastics education, led him to train himself as an orator, or an orator. So he wanted to sue his guardian, Aphobus. And he also studied rhetoric. In his Parallel Lives, that's a book, Plutarch, the Greek historian and biographer, relates that Demosthenes built an underground study where he exercised his voice, shaving one half of his head so that he could not go out in public. Wow. All right, that's extreme. I knew the Demosthenes story that he put pebbles in his mouth because he had a speech impediment. Plutarch adds that Demosthenes had a speech defect, quote, an inarticulate and stammering pronunciation, end quote, that he overcame by speaking with pebbles in his mouth and by reciting verses when running or out of breath. He also practiced speaking before a large mirror. I knew the story about the pebbles in the mouth. I heard that it was at a beach, so he would put the pebbles in his mouth and he would have to declaim the words over the roar of the surf. I don't know if that's true, but I'd never heard that one. That's an interesting study technique to overcome procrastination. Put yourself in a basement, shave half your head so that you're ashamed to go out, so then you're certain to stay home and study. Despite all this self-improvement, Demosthenes' first youthful speaking efforts in the public assembly met with disaster. He was laughed at by his audiences. Now, when you're laughed at by your audiences, you might think to yourself, oh, maybe I should just become a stand-up comedian. But Demosthenes did not have that thought. His lawsuits against Aphobus and 2 other guardians in the year 363 were more successful. They produced little money, but he learned much about speaking strategy and methods of argument. 3 of his speeches against... Oh, so some of those speeches have survived. All right, well, that's a little bit about Demosthenes, who was one of the great early debaters. You don't have to... Yeah, well, you're telling me yelling at the sea, but you're the person who told me that originally. So that's where I got it. This is a confirmation bias. I think that's what that's called. Yes, that's why I thought of it. You know, I have to say this, though. Everyone always says Biden has a stutter. Biden has a stutter. Biden always had a stutter. I honestly have never heard him stutter. People say, oh, you always hear him stutter. I don't hear him stutter. I think he's completely cured it and solved it. People are always referring to it, that it's something you hear him do. I don't hear him do it. I know people who have a stutter. And so I don't know what that's all about. It's kind of weird. And I've heard Biden himself say that he has or had a stutter. That is something he worked on. All right. There's one other debate thing I wanted to share, which is, yes, about the Lincoln-Douglas debates, which pretty amazing. 1854, which was the same year as that Stephen Foster song we did last night. Can't remember what it was. The Lincoln-Douglas debates were a series of 7 debates. Oh, in 1858 between Lincoln and Douglas. They were candidates for the Senate, and it turned out, this I didn't know until 1913. Senators were picked by the state legislatures. So what Lincoln and Douglas were doing was they were debating in front of the state legislators in order to get selected as senator by those guys. It was not something that was voted on by the people until about 100 years ago. Oh, that's interesting, Nuro, what you're saying. We're not deemed to be stutters have as many. Something about false starts. People who are not deemed to be stutters have as many false starts, etc. I'm not sure I follow, but sorry. In any case, the debates were designed. Oh, so here's the thing about these Lincoln-Douglas debates. They were outdoors. They took 3 hours. They each opened with a 30-minute opening statement, and then there was 90 minutes, and then there was these guys spoke for like an hour straight, or an hour and a half straight. A 3-hour event. No microphones. Outdoors in a field. And then there were people there who were writing down, because these were covered like nothing, like no debates had ever been covered before in the press. So there were basically stenographers there writing out the words, and then someone would put the words on a train so that they could make it to Chicago and then be published. So they were covered furiously by the press at the time. The debates focused on slavery, specifically whether it would be allowed in the new states to be formed from the territory acquired through the Louisiana Purchase and the Mexican Cession. Never before in American history had there been newspaper coverage of such intensity. The debates took place between August and October 1858. Again, these are debates because there were 7 of them. Tonight is a debate. Tonight is not debates. I'm willing to argue with you about it. Okay, here's the speech by Lincoln, June 16th in Springfield. I got peace like a river. I got peace like... Oh, no, I don't have the... Oh, here it is. Here's Lincoln at Ottawa. I hate indifference to slavery because of the monstrous injustice of slavery itself. I hate it because it deprives our Republican example of its just influence in the world, enables the enemies of free institutions with plausibility to taunt us as hypocrites, causes the real friends of freedom to doubt our sincerity, and especially because it forces so many really good men amongst ourselves into an open war with the very fundamental principles of civil liberty, criticizing the Declaration of Independence and insisting that there is no right principle of action but self-interest. These are great words, I have to say. These are words that we could apply basically to this MAGA infection. Let's hear it one more time. I hate indifference to slavery, but you can substitute MAGA because of the monstrous injustice of slavery itself. I hate it because it deprives our Republican example of its just influence in the world, enables the enemies of free institutions with plausibility to taunt us as hypocrites. causes the real friends of freedom to doubt our sincerity, and especially because it forces so many really good men amongst ourselves into an open war with the very fundamental principles of civil liberty, criticizing the Declaration of Independence and insisting that there is no right principle of action but self-interest. All right, well, the Lincoln-Douglas debates. It's interesting here on Wikipedia. There's not a lot of, they don't quote Douglas a lot. Here's what he said in Charleston. Oh no, I'm not going to read that. Here's what he said in Alton at the debate. It is the eternal struggle between these two principles, right and wrong, throughout the world. It is the same spirit that says, you work and toil and earn bread and I'll eat it. You work and toil and eat bread and I'll eat it. No matter in what shape it comes, whether from the mouth of a king who seeks to bestride the people of his own nation and live by the fruit of their labor, or from one race of men as an apology for enslaving another race, it's the same tyrannical principle. It's so funny. It just says, yeah, this is Aaron Copland. He set those words to music in Lincoln Portrait, which I was the narrator in that. I think it was last summer. It might have been 2 summers ago in the park in New York. Those are the words. You work and toil and earn bread and I'll eat it. That's tyranny. The results of the election after these debates. Lincoln won 190,000 votes and Douglas got 166,000. So he won 52 to 45. 52% to 45%. And I guess the debate performance, maybe it helped. I don't know. Oh, I wanted to encourage anyone. I don't know if you're going to do this, but I'm going to go. I paid my $2.50 for my ticket, and I'm going to watch. I'm going to sign on when my show ends in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to sign on to the David Feldman show debate watch party on Zoom. I think he sends a Zoom link. So check out the David Feldman show. By the way, I got basil. Thank you for whoever it was who suggested that as an anti-bug. It smells good. It makes me hungry. Basilicum. All right. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. All right, thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for your eyes and your ears. This has been an early edition of the nosho, which happens every night at 9. But tonight, on this special night, I'm doing it at 8 so that we can head over to the David Feldman watch party. I'll be here at 9, usually, every night at 9, usually, when the things you've planned need a helping hand. I'll be here at 9, usually, days may not be fair always. That's when I'll be there always, not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. Always, not just for an hour, not just for a day, not just for a year, but always. All right. I'm here at 9. every night unless there's a debate. Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening, and let's pray for the future of our democracy. See you tomorrow night. Thanks.